I managed a costume.
Well, welcome back. Here we join back into the Day of the Doctor, the 50th anniversary. So, take us away.
Doctor Who, The Day of the Doctor, written by Stephen Moffat. The classic theme plays, original black and white. As credits fade, exterior street day, a policeman walks along the pavement, casting a shadow against the brick wall. A sign points the way to I.M. Foreman's scrapyard on Todder's Lane. Right around the corner is Coal Hill Secondary School, where Clara is now teaching. Clara is now teaching.
Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus.
Interior classroom continuous. The bell rings and the students start leaving. Clara erases the board. A young man runs into the room. Clara turns to face him.
Have you been running?
You okay? There's a call for you at the office from your doctor.
Clara smiles.
Did he leave an address?
Clara takes a slip of paper from the man before grabbing her motorcycle helmet and jacket. Exterior street day, moments later. Clara pulls out of the school at 5:15 and heads out of the city through a tunnel. Exterior county street day. Clara stops at the crest of a hill and looks down to where the Tardis is on the side of the road. She smiles and continues on. He honks the horn as she gets closer and the door opens. Interior Tardis. Clara stops the motorcycle with a skid. The doctor looks up from his book, Advanced Quantum Mechanics, at her arrival, but doesn't look over. He licks his finger and turns a page. Clara removes her helmet.
Draft.
Clara snaps her fingers and the doors close. The doctor closes his book.
Fancy a week in ancient Mesopotamia, followed by future Mars?
Will there be cocktails?
The doctor stands and takes off his glasses.
On the moon.
The moon will do.
Ha ha.
They meet halfway and hug. The doctor lifting and spinning Clara around.
How's the new job? Teach anything good?
No. Learn anything?
Not a thing.
The double high five. At that moment, there's a clunking sound and they both look up.
What's happening?
Whoa, we're taking off, but the engines aren't going.
Exterior sky day. The Tardis is being airlifted by a helicopter.
Windmill 11 to Greyhound leader. Blue Eagle is airborne. Ready to receive. We're on our way.
Interior Tardis. The doctor and Clara hold on to the console as the Tardis sways aggressively. The doctor heads for the door. Exterior Tower of London courtyard day. Warp, warp. Osgood, wearing a lab coat and a big scarf, answers her phone and the warping stops.
Oh, Kate Stewart's phone. Oh, hold on.
Osgood starts running off one of the benches before almost colliding into a guard.
Excuse me, sorry. Ma'am.
Kate Stewart is sitting on the bench.
The Ravens are looking a bit sluggish. Tell Malcolm they need new batteries.
It's him. Sorry, it's your personal phone, but well, I recognize the ringtone. It's him, isn't it?
Kate smiles.
Inhaler. Doctor, hello. We found the TARDIS in a field. I'm having it brought in.
Exterior sky continuous. The doctor is at the open TARDIS door using the outside telephone.
No kidding!
Where are you?
The doctor holds the phone up towards the helicopter so Kate can hear the blades. Kate stands.
Oh, my God. Doctor, I'm so sorry. We had no idea you were still in there.
The helicopter flies along the path of the Thames. Osgood looks up and can just see it clearing the Tower Bridge.
Come on.
Kate and Osgood leave the courtyard. Exterior sky moments later.
Roger, new heading, 207, changing course.
With the change of course, the doctor loses his balance and tumbles from the door.
Ah!
Interior TARDIS continuous. Clara runs for the open door.
Doctor!
Exterior sky continuous. The doctor is hanging upside down from the door.
Clara!
Exterior Tower of London, moments later. Kate and Osgood head down and step towards the main exit.
Doctor, can you hear me?
Exterior sky continuous. The phone swings and hits the doctor in the head.
Ow!
I don't think he can hear me.
The doctor grabs the phone.
Next time, would it kill you to knock?
Exterior Tower of London continuous.
I'm having you taken directly to the scene.
Exterior sky continuous. The helicopter continues to follow the Thames. Clara is now holding the doctor's ankles.
Doctor, hello? Are you okay?
Oh, I'm just going to pop you on hold.
He swings upward.
Doctor?
Clara loses her grip.
Doctor!
The doctor is now hanging on the underside of the TARDIS as it approaches Trafalgar Square. Clara stands and leans up against the open door, and she watches the city below. Exterior Trafalgar Square day. Kate and Osgood are there with unit soldiers in a cordoned area off area as the TARDIS is lowered. The doctor lets go and drops the last few feet.
Attention!
The doctor salutes, then thinks a beat.
Why am I saluting?
The doctor lowers his hand and crosses to Kate.
Doctor, as Chief Scientific Officer, may I extend the official apologies of unit?
Clara steps out of the TARDIS as it lands and walks over.
Kate Lethbridge Stewart, a word to the wise, as I'm sure your father would have told you. I don't like being picked up.
That probably sounded better in his head.
I'm acting on instructions direct from the throne.
Osgood reaches into her pocket and pulls out a letter sealed in red wax. Kate hands the letter and holds it out to the doctor.
Sealed orders from Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth I.
Flash image of the wax being melted by a candle, poured on the letter, and sealed with the Queen's seal.
The Queen, the first. Sorry, Elizabeth the First.
Her credentials are inside.
The doctor starts to open the letter.
No, inside.
She points behind her to the National Gallery. The doctor pauses as he notices Osgood's wardrobe.
Nice scarf.
He slips through the soldiers and into the museum.
What's our cover story?
Darren Brown.
Again?
Oh, we've sent him flowers.
As Clara and the doctor make their way up the stairs, a unit soldier turns to his men.
Attention! Right. I want a secure perimeter around the gallery.
Interior National Gallery, moments later. The doctor and Clara walk through smaller galleries to a double door guarded by 2 soldiers. Kate and Osgood follow.
Did you know her, Elizabeth the First?
Unified Intelligence Task Force.
Sorry.
This lot, unit, they investigate alien stuff, anything alien.
What, like you?
I work for them.
Interior National Gallery, main gallery continuous. The doctor and Clara pass through the door into another, larger gallery.
You have a job.
Why shouldn't I have a job? I'd be brilliant at having a job.
You don't have a job.
I do. This is my job. I'm doing it now.
You never have a job.
I do.
They stop in front of a large covered frame. 2 soldiers pull off the tarp to reveal a painting of a futuristic city in flames in 3D.
Elizabeth's credentials.
But that's not possible.
Time cave. Quick flash to time cave.
No more.
Interior National Gallery, main gallery present. The doctor stares.
No more.
That's the title.
I know the title.
Also known as Gallifrey Falls.
This painting doesn't belong here, not in this time or place.
Obviously.
It's the fall of Arcadia, Gallifrey's second city.
But how is it doing that? How is that possible?
She moves to the painting and touches the canvas.
It's an oil painting in 3D.
Time Lord art, it's bigger on the inside, a slice of real time, frozen.
Elizabeth told us where to find it and its significance.
The doctor takes Clara's hand and entwines their fingers.
You okay?
He was there.
Who was?
Me. The other me. The one I don't talk about.
I don't understand.
I've had many faces, many lives. I don't admit to all of them. There's one life I've tried very hard to forget.
Quick flash, time cave.
No more.
Interior National Gallery, main gallery, present.
He was the doctor that fought in the Time War, and that was the day he did it. The day I did it. The day I killed them all. The last day of the Time War. The war to end all wars between my people and the Daleks.
Exterior streets, Arcadia. We zoom into the painting, into Arcadia.
And in that battle, there was a man with more blood on his hands than any other. A man who would commit a crime that would silence the universe. And that man was me.
The Daleks fly down from their ships and fire on everyone in the streets. Soldiers and civilians alike. Amid explosions, the soldiers guard civilians as they run to escape. A Dalek chases down a soldier.
Exterminate!
Ah!
Exterminate!
Interior building, Arcadia. The soldiers duck into an abandoned building and speak into his radio.
Message to the High Council. Priority Omega. Arcadia has fallen. I repeat, Arcadia has fallen.
The soldier shuts off the radio and looks around the building. He sees a Tardis resting against the opposite wall. A figure approaches from the shadows. It is the War Doctor.
Soldier, I'm going to need your gun.
He hands it over, and the War Doctor proceeds to fire at the wall with the laser rifle. Exterior street, Arcadia. Families run through the streets crying out as they flee from the Daleks. They're soon to be surrounded.
Exterminate! 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 Please, please just don't.
The children cling to their parents. Interior building, Arcadia. The War Doctor continues to cut his message into the wall. Exterior street, Arcadia. The Daleks turn.
Alert! Alert! The doctor is detected!
The doctor is surrounded.
Inform his command. We have the doctor. Seek, locate, destroy.
The family makes its escape while the Daleks are distracted.
The doctor is surrounded.
Interior building, Arcadia. The War Doctor's message is complete. No more. Exterior street, Arcadia.
Seek, locate, destroy, seek.
There is a metallic thrumming and the TARDIS bursts through the wall, exploding Daleks in its path. One intact Dalek is lying on its side.
The doctor is escaping.
The Dalek notices the message on the wall.
What are these words? Explain! Explain!
The Dalek is shot by the soldier and explodes. Interior quarter, Arcadia. 2 Time Lords, Androgar, and a general stride down the hall.
The High Council is in emergency session. They plan of their own.
To hell with the High Council! Their plans have already failed. Interior map room, Arcadia. The number of Time Lords are monitoring the actions around the planet. Gallifrey's still in the line of fire, so he was there then? Androgar pulls up a projection of the wall and the War Doctor's message.
He left a message, a written warning for the Daleks. He's a fool.
No, he's a madman.
As you can see, sir, all the Daleks fleet surrounding the planet now converting on the capital, but the sky trenches are holding.
There's a crash and a rumbling as the laser blast strikes outside. Where did he go next?
What does it matter? This is their biggest attack, sir. They're throwing everything at us.
A Time Lady hurries to the table.
Sir, we have a security breach to the time vaults.
They hurry to another screen, and the general taps the screen and a hologram is projected above. The Omega Arsenal, where all the forbidden weapons are locked away. There's a red dot moving through the arsenal.
They're not forbidden anymore. We'll use them all against the Daleks.
No, we haven't. Interior Omega Arsenal Arcadia. They stride to an empty pedestal, and the general reaches out a hand. The moment is gone.
I don't understand. What is the moment? I've never heard of it.
The Galaxy Eater, the final work of the ancients of Gallifrey, a weapon so powerful that the operating system becomes sentient. According to legend, it developed a conscience.
And we've never used it?
How do you use a weapon of ultimate mass destruction when it can stand in judgment of you? Exterior desert later. The Tardis stands in the middle of the desert with footsteps leading the way. There is only one man who would even try. The war doctor trudges across the desert, a sack over his shoulder.
Time Lords of Gallifrey, Daleks of Sarko, I serve notice to you all. Too long have I stayed my hand, no more. Today you leave me no choice. Today this war will end. No more. No more.
The war doctor stops. When he sees a barn in the distance, he shifts his grip on the bag and continues on. Interior barn shack, moments later. The war doctor opens the door and finds the planks enough to part to let the light through. There are leaves and debris strewn on the floor, along with scattered pieces of junk. He sets down the bag, unties it, and opens it to reveal an ornate box with machinery exposed. He pushes on one of the gears, hoping to open it.
How do you work? Why is there never a big red button?
He hears a scuffling outside. He rises and rushes to the door to check.
Hello? Somebody there?
It's nothing.
The war doctor turns to see a blonde woman sitting on a box. She appears to be Rose Tyler.
It's just a wolf.
Don't sit on that.
Why not?
Because it's not a chair. It's the most dangerous weapon in the universe.
He pulls her off the box and shoves her out the door. Rose is once again back on the box.
Why can't it be both? Why do you park so far away? Didn't you want her to see it?
Want who to see?
The TARDIS.
She hops off the box.
You walked for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles.
I was thinking.
I heard you.
You heard me?
No more. No more. No more.
No more.
No more.
Stop it!
No more. No more.
Who are you?
The moment starts clicking.
It's activating. Get out of here!
He crosses to the machine and touches it.
Ow!
What's wrong?
The interface is hot.
Well, I did try my best.
There's a power source inside. You're the interface?
They must have told you the moment you had a conscience. Hello? Oh, look at you. Stuck between a girl and a box. Story of your life, eh, Doctor?
You know me?
I hear you, all of you, jangling around that dusty head of yours. It shows this face and form especially for you. It's from your past, or possibly your future. I always get those two mixed up.
I don't have a future.
I think I'm called Rose Tyler. No, yes, no, sorry, no. In this form, I'm called Bad Wolf.
Her eyes glow golden.
Are you afraid of the big bad wolf, Doctor?
Stop calling me doctor.
That's the name in your head.
It shouldn't be. I've been fighting this war for a very long time. I've lost the right to be the doctor.
Then you're the one to save us all.
Yes.
If I ever develop an ego, you've got the job.
If you've been inside my head, then you know what I've seen. Suffering. Every moment in time and space is burning. It must end. And I intend to end it the only way I can.
And you're going to use me to end it by killing them all, Daleks and Time Lords alike. I could, but there will be consequences for you.
I have no desire to survive this.
Rose is now sitting on a low box, and the war doctor sits down next to her.
Then that's your punishment. If you do this, if you kill them all, then that's the consequence. You live. Gallifrey, you're going to burn it. And all those Daleks with it, but all those children too. How many children on Gallifrey right now?
Quick flash. Children play on Gallifrey. Interior barn shack.
I don't know.
One day you will count them. One terrible night. Do you want to see what that will turn you into? Come on. Aren't you curious?
A whirling vortex opens in the air above them.
I'm opening windows on your future. A tangle in time through the days to come, to the man today will make of you.
A red fez falls to the ground in front of them.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
Interior National Gallery, main gallery, present. The doctor stands, still staring at the painting.
Time War's over. Why have you brought us here to look at a painting?
The painting only serves as Elizabeth's credentials, proof that the letter is from her. It's not why you're here.
The doctor finally breaks the seal and reads the letter.
My dearest love, I hope the painting known as Gallifrey Falls will serve as proof that it is your Elizabeth who writes to you now. You will recall that you pledged yourself to the safety of my kingdom. In this capacity, I have appointed you as curator of the undergallery where deadly danger to England is locked away. Should any disturbance occur within its walls, it is my wish that you be summoned. Godspeed, gentle husband.
Happened.
Easier to show you.
Kate leads the doctor and Clara from the gallery. A lab-coated scientist makes to follow but stops when his phone rings. Osgood follows.
McGillop? But that's not possible. I was just understood, sir, but why would I take it there?
Interior National Gallery, small gallery, later. Clara and the doctor follow Kate. A metal door slides down behind them. On the wall opposite is a full portrait of Elizabeth.
Elizabeth I, you knew her? Then.
Their eyes land on the portrait planted next to Elizabeth. Is the 10th Doctor in full court dress of the period.
A long time ago.
Exterior meadow, England, 1562. The Tardis is parked on a meadow overlooking a river. The 10th Doctor rides out on a horse. Elizabeth riding behind him, arms wrapped around him.
Allons-y!
Elizabeth laughs and the horse whinnies.
There you go, Your Majesty. What I tell you, bigger on the inside.
Or isn't? You nearly took my head off. It's normally me who does that.
She giggles. Exterior meadow, later. Elizabeth and the 10th Doctor are lying on a blanket having a picnic. Elizabeth has her head on his lap. The horses graze behind them.
Tell me, Doctor, why am I wasting my time on you? I have wars to plan.
You have a picnic to eat.
You could help me.
Whoa, I'm helping you eat the picnic.
But you have a stomach for war. This face has seen conflict. It's clear as day.
She caresses his face.
Oh, I've seen conflict like you wouldn't believe. But it wasn't with this face. But never mind that, Your Majesty. Up on your feet, up.
He helps her to her feet.
Dare you? I'm the Queen of England.
I'm not English. Elizabeth, will you marry me?
Oh, my dear sweet love, of course I will.
Aha! Gotcha!
My love?
1, the real Elizabeth would never have accepted my marriage proposal. 2, the real Elizabeth would have noticed when I just casually mentioned having a different face. But then, the real Elizabeth isn't a shape-shifting alien from outer space. And... ding.
What's that?
It's a machine that goes ding. I know myself. Lights up in the presence of shape-shifted DNA. Ooh. Also, microwave frozen dinners went for 20 paces and download comics from the future. I never know when to stop.
My love, I do not understand.
I'm not your love, and yes, you do. You're a Zygon.
Zygon?
Oh, stop it. It's over. A Zygon, yes. Big red rubbery thing covered in suckers. It's quite a good kisser. The real Queen of England would just decide to share a throne with an old handsome bloke in a tight suit.
The horse whinnies.
Just because I've got amazing hair on a nice horse.
He turns, but the horse isn't there. Instead, there stands a Zygon.
Oh, it was the horse. I want to be king. Run!
Elizabeth and the 10th Doctor run to a stone ruin.
What's happening?
Being attacked by a shape-shifting alien from outer space, formerly disguised as my horse.
What does it mean?
It means we're going to need a new horse.
Interior ruin, England, 1562. They press against either side of the entry as the Zygon goes past.
Where's it going?
I'll hold it off. You run. Your people need you.
And I need you alive for a wedding day.
She kisses him passionately and runs away into the woods.
Oh, good work, Doctor. Nice one. The Virgin Queen. So much for history.
Exterior woods, England, 1562. Elizabeth runs through the woods, looking about her at any strange sound. The 10th Doctor runs away from the ruins, smacking his machine.
Come on, I know you're here.
Elizabeth pants as she hurries through the woods. We hear the gurgling sound of the Zygon and see a foot as it follows her. Elizabeth turns around and screams as it comes towards her. The 10th Doctor runs through the woods, but never stops when he sees a rabbit shuffling for food in the top of an overgrown stump.
Whoa, very clever. Look, whatever you've got planned, forget it. I'm the Doctor. I'm 904 years old, home from the planet Gallifrey in the constellation of Kasterborous. I am the oncoming storm, the bringer of darkness, and you are basically just a rabbit, aren't you? Okay, well, carry on. Just a general warning.
Doctor!
The 10th Doctor runs towards the call and finds Elizabeth lying on the ground.
Elizabeth!
That thing. Explain what it is. What does it want with us?
The 10th Doctor helps her stand.
That's what I'm trying to find out. Probably just your planet.
Doctor?
The 10th Doctor turns to see another Elizabeth, identical to the first.
Step away from her, Doctor. That's not me. That's the creature. How is that possible? She's me. Doctor, she's me.
The 10th Doctor takes out his machine once again and aims it at them.
I am indeed me, a compliment that cannot be extended to yourself.
The two queens circle each other.
Extraordinary! The creature has captured my exact likeness. This is exceptional. Exceptional? A queen would call it impertinent. A queen would feel compelled to admire the skill of the execution one before arranging one.
It's not working!
Oops, sorry, which side? One might surmise the creature would learn quickly to protect itself from any simple means of detection.
The machine goes ding.
Clearly you understand the creature better than I, but then you have the advantage.
A fissure opens in the air above them.
Back, both of you, now! That's a time fissure. A tear in the fabric of reality. Anything can come through.
A fez lands at his feet.
For instance, a fez.
Interior National Gallery, Small Gallery Day. The Doctor continues to stare at the painting.
This way.
The painting swings open on hinges to reveal a dark passageway. Interior National Gallery, Under Gallery, Passage Day. Kate enters the passage and lights flicker on to reveal shrouded statues set in alcoves along the walls. There is something like sand covering the floor.
Welcome to the Undergallery. This is where Elizabeth I kept all art deemed too dangerous for public consumption.
Clara follows Kate and the Doctor enters last, walking slowly on the dust. He bends over and scoops it up, letting it run through his fingers.
Stone dust.
Is it important?
1,200 years, I've never stepped in anything that wasn't. Oi, you sciencey?
The Doctor gestures to Osgood, who hesitates outside the door.
Yes.
She enters the passage.
Got a name?
Yes.
Good. I've always wanted to meet someone called Yes. Now, I want this stone dust analyzed.
He drops a handful of powder into her hand.
And I want a report in triplicate with lots of graphs and diagrams and complicated sums on my desk tomorrow morning, ASAP, pronto, LOL. See? Job.
He snaps his fingers and points to Kate.
Do I have a desk?
No.
And I want a desk.
Osgood looks to Kate.
Get a team, analyze the stone dust.
Kate and Clara start to walk away and the doctor follows. Osgood wheezes.
Inhaler.
Osgood uses the inhaler. Interior National Gallery under Gallery Hall. Kate leads them through a hall that is lined with paintings, one of which is the Raft of the Medusa by Gericault, and the display cases. In one of these cases is a fez. The doctor walks past and then turns around, mouthing, "Oh." As Kate continues on, he lifts the display case lid and places the fez on his head. He holds his hand out in the ta-da position.
Someday you could just walk past the fez.
Never gonna happen.
They continue on after Kate. Interior National Gallery under Gallery. The room is brightly lit with wood floors. There is shattered glass on the floor. On the wall are more 3D paintings. A scientist takes Kate's coat.
As you instructed, nothing has been touched.
This is why we called you in.
Again,
Interesting.
the broken glass.
No, where it's broken from. Look at the shatter pattern. The glass on all these paintings has been broken from the inside.
He throws the piece over his shoulder.
As you can see, all of the paintings are landscapes, no figures of any kind.
So?
There used to be.
Kate hands the doctor a tablet bearing the painting with a figure on the path. He lowers the tablet to see that exact painting in front of him without the figure. He looks at the tablet again and then at Clara.
Something's got out of the painting.
Lots of somethings. Dangerous.
This whole place has been searched. There's nothing here that shouldn't be, and nothing's got out.
The fissure appears above them.
Oh no, not now.
Doctor, what is it?
No, not now, I'm busy.
Is it to do with the paintings?
No, this is different. I remember this. Almost remember.
He looks up at the fez and slips it off.
Ah, of course. This is where I come in.
He smiles at Clara and Kate before throwing the fez into the fissure.
Geronimo!
He bolts towards the fissure.
Doctor!
Wait!
The doctor jumps through the fissure. Exeter Woods, England, 1562. The doctor lands on the ground, face down, as the 10th Doctor and both Elizabeths watch. He groans before standing. The 10th stands and puts on the fez as he stares at the newcomer.
Who is this man?
That's just what I was wondering.
Oh, that is skinny. That is proper skinny. I've never seen it from the outside. It's like a special effect.
The doctor walks over and swipes the fez off the 10th Doctor's head.
Oi! Ha! Matchstick man.
The two stare at each other.
You're not.
They both reach into their jacket pockets and the 10 reveals his sonic first. The doctor reveals his and activates it with a flourish. 10 looks at him and extends his.
Compensating?
For what?
Your generation. It's a lottery.
They each close their sonics, flip them, and put them away in a mirror image.
Oh, he's cool. Isn't he cool? I'm the doctor and I'm all cool. Oops, I'm wearing sand shoes.
What are you doing here? I'm busy.
Oh, busy, I see. Is that what we're calling it, eh?
The doctor picks up the fez and puts it on.
Eh? Hello, ladies.
He bows to the Elizabeths.
Don't start.
Listen, what you get up to in the privacy of your own regeneration is your business.
One of them is a Zygon.
Oh, I'm not judging you.
There is a whoosh as the fissure opens above them. They each put on their glasses and look up. They then look at each other and, the other's eyewear.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
The doctor takes off his glasses and walks back to the Elizabeths.
Your Majesties, probably a good time to run.
What about the creature?
Elizabeth, whichever one of you is the real one, turn and run in the opposite direction of the other one.
Of course, my love. Stay alive, my love. I am not done with you yet.
She kisses him passionately and runs off.
Thanks. Lovely.
The doctor stares at him, stunned.
I understand. Live for me, my darling. We shall be together again.
She also kisses him and runs in the opposite direction from the first.
Well, won't that be nice?
One of them was a Zygon.
Yeah.
Big red rubbery thing covered in suckers.
Yeah.
Venom sacs in the tongue.
Yeah, I'm getting the point, thanks.
Nice.
Doctor, is that you?
Ah, hello, Clara. Can you hear me?
Intercut with Interior National Gallery Undergallery. Clara and Kate look up at the fissure.
Yeah, it's me. We can hear you. Where are you?
Where am I? Where are we?
England, 1562.
Who are you talking to?
Myself.
Can you come back through?
Physical passage may not be possible in both directions. It's hang on, Fez incoming.
He throws the fez into the fissure. Clara and Kate wait for it to appear.
Nothing here.
So where did it go?
Interior barn shack, same time. The war doctor picks up the fez and dusts it off.
Who's he talking to?
He said himself.
Interior National Gallery Undergallery. Kate takes out her phone and heads for the exit.
Keep him talking. Malcolm?
Interior National Gallery Undergallery Hall. Kate continues through the hall on her way out.
Malcolm, I need you to send me one of my father's incident files, codenamed Chroma, 70s or 80s, depending on the dating protocol.
The shadow of the Zygon appears on the wall as Kate continues on. Exterior Woods, England, 1562.
Okay, well, you used to be me. You've done all this before. What happens next?
Don't remember.
How can you forget this?
Hey, hang on. It's not my fault. You're obviously not paying enough attention. Reverse the polarity.
They each take out their sonic screwdriver and use it in the fissure.
It's not working.
You were both reversing the polarity.
Yes, I know that.
Yeah, there's two of us. I'm reversing it, you're reversing it back again. We're confusing the polarity.
There's a whoosh of air as the war doctor comes through, landing on his feet.
Anyone lose a fez?
You. How can you be here? More to the point, why are you here?
Good afternoon. I'm looking for the doctor.
Well, you've certainly come to the right place.
Good. Right. Well, who are you boys? Oh, of course. Are you his companions?
His companions?
They get younger all the time. Well, if you could point me in the general direction of the doctor.
Each doctor holds up his sonic screwdriver and activates it.
Really?
Yeah. Really?
You're me? Both of you?
Yep.
Even that one?
Yes.
You're my future selves?
Yes.
Am I having a midlife crisis?
The war doctor takes a step forward and the others back up a step and aim their screwdrivers at him.
Why are you pointing your screwdrivers like that? They're scientific instruments, not water pistols. Look like you've seen a ghost. They lower the sonics.
Still, having the posh gravelly thing, it's very convincing.
Brave words, Dick Van Dyke. And that actually
patrol-
means something in this instance.
A patrol of soldiers approaches through the woods led by Lord Bentham.
Encircle them.
The soldiers circle the doctors, aiming their pikes at them. The doctors stand back to back, their sonics back out and aimed at the soldiers.
Which of you is the doctor? The Queen of England is bewitched. I would have the doctor's head.
Well, this is all the makings of your lucky day.
Interior National Gallery Undergallery. Clara is listening to the doctors through the fissure when Kate returns.
I think there's 3 of them now.
Intercut with Exterior Woods, England, 1562.
There's a precedent for that.
What is that?
Oh, the pointing again. They're screwdrivers. What are you going to do? Assemble a cabinet at them?
The doctors look at each other and lower the screwdrivers.
That thing. What witchcraft is this?
Ah, yes. Now that you mention it, that is witchcraft. Yes, yes, yes. Witchy witchcraft. Hello. Hello there. Excuse me. Hello. Am I talking to the Wicked Witch of the Well?
He means you.
Why am I the witch?
Clara?
Hello?
Clara! Hi. Hello. Hello. Would you mind telling these prattling mortals to get themselves begone?
What he said.
Yes, tiny bit more color.
Right. Prattling mortals, off you pop, or I'll turn you all into frogs.
Bentham starts at the declaration.
Oh, frogs. Nice. You heard her.
Doctor, what's going on?
It's a timey-wimey thing.
Timey. What? Timey-wimey?
I have no idea where he picks that stuff up.
Elizabeth walks into the clearing.
Kneel, peasants.
The Queen.
Everyone kneels down on the ground, but the doctors.
You don't seem to be kneeling. How tremendously brave of you.
Which one are you? What happened to the other one?
Indisposed. Long live the Queen.
Long live the Queen!
Arrest these men and take them to the tower.
He points at Elizabeth.
That is not the Queen of England. That's an alien duplicate.
Yeah, and you can take it from him because he's really checked.
Oh, shut up.
Venom sacs in the tongue.
Seriously, stop it.
No, hang on. The tower. Did you say the tower? Ah, yes. Brilliant. Love the tower. Breakfast at 8, please. Will there be Wi-Fi?
Are you capable of speaking without flapping your hands about?
Yes. No. I demand to be incarcerated in the tower immediately with my co-conspirators, Sandshoes and Grandad.
Grandad?
They're not Sandshoes.
Yes, they are.
Silence. The tower is not to be taken lightly.
Interior National Gallery, Undergallery.
Very few emerge again.
Dear God, that man's clever. Come on.
She heads for the door.
Where are we going?
My office, otherwise known as the Tower of London.
Interior Tower of London, cell 1562. The jailer shoves the 3 doctors into a cell.
Oh, you lot, get in there.
Ow!
The doors close behind them. The doctor picks up a long nail, holds it by the head in one hand, and flicks the fingers of the other hand against it, causing a ting. He walks over to a wall and begins scraping. The war doctor scans the door with his sonic screwdriver.
3 of us in one cell. That's going to cause some nasty anomalies if we don't get out soon.
He turns and notices the doctor.
What are you doing?
Getting us out.
The sonic won't work on that. It's too primitive.
The war doctor stops scanning and turns to face the others.
Shall we ask for a better quality of door so we can escape?
Okay, so the Queen of England is now a Zygon, but never mind that. Why are we all together? Why are we all here? Well, me and Chinny, we were surprised, but you came looking for us. You knew it was going to happen. Who told you?
Leaning against the wall behind the other doctors is the moment, still in the guise of Rose. Only the war doctor can see her.
Oi, Chinny?
Yeah, you do have a chin.
Interior National Gallery, Undergallery Passage. Osgood and McGillop are testing the dust. She's looking over a report as he studies a sample under microscope.
Marble, granite, a lot of different stone, but none of it from the fabric of the building. It's like somebody smashed up a lot of old statues. Are there any missing?
Don't think so. Why would anyone do that anyway? I mean, I know we're meant to keep an open mind, but are we supposed to believe in creatures that can hide in oil paintings and have some sort of grudge against the statues?
Osgood has a flash of a statue being knocked to the ground and uses her inhaler.
You all right?
We have to go. Right now, this minute.
What's wrong?
The things from the paintings. I know why they smashed the statues.
Why?
Because they needed somewhere to hide.
The shrouded figures begin to move, and the Zygons pull the sheets off and move in on the scientists. Osgood screams. One of the Zygon attacks McGillop, holding a hand over his nose and mouth. Osgood runs out of the passage. Interior National Gallery, small gallery. Osgood closes the door and rests against the painting, panting. The Zygon punches a hand through Elizabeth's face and Osgood yelps. She runs for the exit, but the metal door is in place. The Zygon crosses the room after her and she presses the call button for the lift. With nowhere to go, Osgood backs into a corner, pulls out her inhaler and takes a huff. Then she closes her eyes and slides down the wall.
The doctor will save me. 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 The doctor will save me.
Osgood tucks her knees up, lowers her head, and covers her face with her hands. There is a squishing sound.
Excuse me. I'm going to need my inhaler.
The copy holds out her hand.
I so hate it when I get one with a defect. Oh, you've got some perfectly horrible memories in here, haven't you?
The Zygon uses the inhaler.
So jealous of your pretty sister. I don't blame you. I wish I'd copied her.
Osgood notices the Zygon is standing on her scarf.
So do I.
Osgood pulls on her scarf, causing her double to fall on the floor, dropping the inhaler.
Oh, for goodness sakes!
Osgood hurriedly picks up the inhaler and runs from the room through the now open door. Exterior Tower of London courtyard. A car pulls into the courtyard. Clara and Kate are in the back. Kate is on her phone. It stops for security.
The doctor will be trying to send us a message. We're looking for a string of numerals from around 1515 approximately. Priority 1.
She looks at the guard.
I'm going to need access to the Black Archive.
The guard looks inside the car and it continues on. Interior Tower of London corridor. Kate leads Clara through a metal corridor, the only bright light coming through the ventilator shafts.
The Black Archive, highest security rating on the planet. The entire staff have their memories wiped at the end of every shift. Automated memory filters in the ceiling.
They come to a security door with a desk and a guard off to the side.
Access, please.
Kate holds up her pass.
Ma'am?
He rises and inserts a key into the door. Kate holds out her own key.
Atkins, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. First day here.
He inserts her key as well. Kate leans in and whispers to Clara.
Been here 10 years.
Atkins opened the door and lets them in, closing it behind them. Interior Tower of London, Black Archive. The room is a large warehouse of shelves filled with artifacts collected over units' existence. Kate locks the door.
Lock and key, bit basic, isn't it?
Can't afford electronic security down here. Got to keep the doctor out.
They walk deeper into the collection.
The whole of the tower is Tardis proofed. He really wouldn't approve of the collection.
But you let me in.
You have top-level security rating from your last visit.
Kate points to the board covered in photos.
Sorry, my what?
Clara looks at the board, stops a beat. There are photographs and notes on Clara, as well as past companions.
Apologies. We have to screen all of his known associates. We can't have information about the doctor and the TARDIS falling into the wrong hands. The consequences could be disastrous.
Kate walks over to a window and looks into a room that contains a small wrist strap resting on a pedestal.
What is that?
Time travel. A vortex manipulator bequeathed to Unit Archive by Captain Jack Harkness on the occasion of his death. Well, one of them. No one can know we have this, not even our allies.
Why not?
Think about it. Americans with the ability to rewrite history? You've seen their movies.
Interior Tower of London cell. We see the worn message the doctor carved in 1562. Interior Tower of London, Black Archive. Clara follows Kate.
Okay, so this is how we're going to rescue the doctor.
Kate opens the door to the containment room.
I'm not sure there's enough power for a two-way trip. In any event, we don't know the activation code. The doctor knows we have this, so he's always kept the code from us. Let's hope he changes his mind.
She answers the phone ringing in her pocket.
Yes. Well, if you found it, photograph it and send it to my phone.
Osgood and McGillop arrive in the archive. Interior Tower of London cell. Kate's caller takes a photo of the message. Interior Tower of London, Black Archive. Kate sets her phone down on the pedestal. Clara notices the two scientists.
Kate, should they be here? Why have they followed us?
Oh, they've probably just finished disposing of the humans a bit early.
The humans?
Dear me, I really do get into character, don't I?
Kate transforms into a Zygon and Clara backs away with a gasp. The Zygon turns to face the others.
The undergallery is secured.
The photograph appears on Kate's phone.
Prepare to dispose of one more human. We have acquired the device.
Clara turns Kate's phone so she can read it and straps on the vortex manipulator. She types in the code before the Zygon turns around.
Activation code, right?
The Zygon growls and Kate hits the final button, disappearing from sight. Interior Tower of London cell 1562. The war doctor scans the door and the doctor continues to scratch his message.
In theory, I can trigger an isolated sonic shift among the molecules and the door should disintegrate.
We'd have to calculate the exact harmonic resonance of the entire structure down to the subatomic level. Even with the sonic, it would take years.
No. The sonic would take centuries. Oh, you might as well get started.
The war doctor sits on a bench by the door.
Help to pass the timey-wimey. Do you have to talk like children? What is it that makes you so ashamed of being grown-ups?
The doctor stops scratching and looks over his shoulder towards the war doctor. Even the 10th doctor can't keep eye contact.
Oh, the way you both look at me. What is that? Trying to think of a better word than dread.
It must be really recent for you.
Recent?
Time War, the last day, the day you killed them all.
The day we killed them all.
Same thing.
The 10th doctor walks away from them.
It's history for them, all decided. They think their future is real. They don't know it's still up to you.
Don't talk about it.
Rose is now sitting on the bench next to the war doctor.
You're not talking about it. There's no one else here.
Go on, ask them. Ask them what you need to know.
Did you ever count
Count what?
how many children there were in Gallifrey that day?
The doctor stops scratching. Of course he's counted.
I have absolutely no idea.
He starts up again.
How old are you now?
I don't know. I lose track. 1200 and something, I think, unless I'm lying. I can't remember if I'm lying about my age. That's how old I am.
400 years older than me. And in all that time, you've never even wondered how many there were? Never once counted?
The doctor stops and faces the war doctor.
Tell me, what would be the point?
2.47 billion.
You did count!
The doctor shakes his head and goes back to his scratching. The 10th doctor stares at him.
You forgot. 400 years, that's all it takes.
The doctor stops scratching and faces him.
I moved on.
Where? Where can you be now that you can forget something like that?
Spoilers.
No. For once, I would like to know where I'm going.
No, you really wouldn't.
They stare at each other.
I don't know who you are, either of you. I haven't gotten the faintest idea.
They're you. They're what you become if you destroy Gallifrey. The man who regrets and the man who forgets. The moment is coming. The moment is me. You have to decide.
The doctor goes back to scratching his message.
No.
No?
Just no.
The doctor leans against the pillar and laughs.
Is something funny? Did I miss a funny thing?
Sorry, it's just occurred to me. This is what I like, what I'm like when I'm alone.
Rose is now standing by the 10th Doctor as he tosses the sonic in the air.
It's the same screwdriver, same software, different case.
400 years.
Sorry?
At a software level, they're all the same device, aren't they? Same software, different case.
Yeah. So?
The doctor takes his sonic from his pocket and he and the 10th Doctor approach the door and watch the War Doctor as he faces the door.
So it would take centuries for the screwdriver to calculate how to disintegrate the door.
The War Doctor scans the door.
Scanning the door, implanting the calculation as a permanent subroutine in the software architecture, and if you really are me, with your sand shoes, your dicky bow, and that screwdriver is still mine. But calculation is still going on.
The 10th Doctor turns on his screwdriver and holds it up to his ear.
Yeah. Still going.
The doctor holds up his screwdriver.
Calculation complete.
Same software, different face.
400 years in 4 seconds. We may have had our differences, which is frankly odd in the circumstances, but I'll tell you what, boys, we are incredibly clever.
The door opens and Clara runs in. She looks at the three of them curiously.
How'd you do that?
It wasn't locked.
Right.
So they're both of you. Then yeah?
Yeah, you've met them before, don't you remember?
A bit. Nice suit.
10 puts away his sonic.
Thanks.
Hang on. 3 of you in one cell, and none of you thought to try the door.
Should have been locked.
Yes, exactly. Why wasn't it locked?
Elizabeth whirls in through the door.
I was fascinated to see what you would do upon escaping. I understand you're rather fond of this world. It's time I think you saw what's going to happen to it.
Interior National Gallery, small gallery. Osgood peeks through the hole in the painting, her face appearing where Elizabeth's was. Interior National Gallery, under gallery passage. Osgood walks through the passage, shining a torch in front of her. She hears a groan and turns around to shine the light on one of the walls where a shrouded figure is attached to the wall by nasty red cords. Osgood looks at the bottom and sees black heels. She pulls the sheet off to reveal Kate, covered with some sort of webbing.
Kate! Oh, goodness. You're not actually dead. Oh, that's tremendous news.
She starts pulling Kate free.
Those creatures, they turn themselves into copies, and they need to keep the original alive, refresh the image, so to speak.
Where did they go?
I don't know. Oh, hang on. Yes, I do. The tower.
If those creatures have got access to the Black Archive, we may just have lost control of the planet.
Interior Tower of London, Zygon Base, 1562. Elizabeth leads them to a balcony overlooking the Zygon base where a number of the aliens are working at machines.
The Zygons lost their own world. It burned. In the first days of the Time War, a new home is required.
They want this one.
Not yet. Far too primitive. Zygons are used to a certain level of comfort.
Commander, why are these creatures here?
Because I say they should be. It is time that you too were translated.
The Zygon growls and walks towards a glass cube resting on the pedestal.
Observe this. I believe you will find it fascinating.
The Zygon rests its hand on the top of the cube. There's a whirling, and the Zygon is disseminated and pulled into the cube before reappearing in the painting. Clara moves closer to the painting.
That's him. That's the Zygon in the picture now.
It's not a picture. It's a stasis cube. Time Lord art. Frozen instances in time, bigger on the inside, but they could be deployed at...
Suspended animation.
The doctor snaps his fingers and points at the 10th Doctor.
Oh, that's very good. The Zygons all pop inside the pictures, wait a few centuries until the planet's a bit more interesting, and then out they come.
You see, Clara, they're stored in the paintings in the undergallery, like cuppa soups, except you add time, if you can picture that. Nobody can picture that. Forget I said cuppa soups.
And now the world is worth conquering. So the Zygons are invading the future from the past.
Exactly.
And do you know why I know you're a fake? Because you're such a bad copy. It's not just the smell or the unconvincing hair or the atrocious teeth or the eyes are just a bit too close together or the breath that could stun a horse. It's because my Elizabeth, the real Elizabeth, would never be stupid enough to reveal her own plan. Honestly, why would you do that?
Because it's not my plan. And I am the real Elizabeth.
Okay, so backtracking a moment, just to lend some context to my earlier remarks.
My twin is dead in the forest. I am accustomed to taking precautions.
She draws a jagged dagger from her garter.
These Zygon creatures never even considered that it was me who survived rather than their own commander. The arrogance that typifies their kind.
Zygons.
Men.
And you actually killed one of them.
I may have the body of a weak and feeble woman, but at the time, so did the Zygon. The future of my kingdom is imperiled. Doctor, can I rely on your service?
Well, I'm going to need my Tardis.
It has been procured already.
Ah!
But first, my love, you have a promise to keep.
Exterior castle courtyard. The TARDIS stands off to the side. In front of a tent, a minister performs the wedding ceremony as the doctor stands on one side and Clara on the other.
I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Elizabeth grabs the 10th Doctor face and plants a passionate kiss on his mouth. Clara cheers and throws confetti.
There are a lot of this in the future.
Does start to happen, yeah.
The 10th Doctor pulls away from the kiss.
Godspeed, my love.
I will be right back.
Interior TARDIS. The 10th Doctor runs inside to the console and bangs on one of the panels with a mallet. Exterior castle courtyard. The doctors and Clara walk over to the TARDIS.
Right then, back to the future.
They enter the TARDIS. Interior TARDIS. They look around. The War Doctor notices the changes and the Doctor remembers what it used to be.
You've let this place go a bit.
That's his grunge phase. He grows out of it.
Oh, don't you listen to them.
An alarm continues to go off. The console sparks and the walls change to brightly lit white with round things.
Oh, the desktop is glitching.
3 of us from different time zones. It's trying to compensate.
Hey, look! The round things.
Love the round things.
What are the round things?
No idea.
There is a beeping from a panel on the console, and the Doctor hurries over to flip the switch.
Oh dear, the friction contrafibrillator.
The console sparks again, and the TARDIS changes to the current Doctor's TARDIS interior.
Ha! There, stabilized.
Oh, you've redecorated. I don't like it.
Oh yeah, oh, you never do. Listen, we're going to the National Gallery. The Zygons are underneath it.
No, Unit HQ. They followed us there in the Black Archive.
The 3 Doctors turn and look at her.
Okay, so you heard of that then?
Interior Tower of London Black Archive. The Zygons are going through the collection. 2 have retained the human forms of Osgood and McGillop.
The equipment here is phenomenal. The humans don't realize what half this stuff does. We could conquer their world in a day.
We were fortunate then in our choice of duplicate.
If I were human, I'd say it was Christmas.
Kate enters with the real Osgood and McGillop.
No, I'm afraid you wouldn't. We're not armed. You may relax.
We are armed. You may not.
Lock the door. I'm afraid we can't be interrupted.
She stands on one side of the table with the scientists before sitting.
You don't mind if I get comfortable?
You don't mind if I do?
The Zygon morphs into Kate walking to table. The Zygon acts as a mirror reflecting the humans on the other side, and the Zygon counterparts on the other.
You'll realize there are protocols protecting this place. Osgood?
In the event of alien incursion, the contents of this room are deemed so dangerous it will self-destruct in
5 minutes.
Kate starts the countdown and alarm sounds.
There's a nuclear warhead 20 feet beneath us. Are you sitting comfortably? You would destroy London to save the world? Yes, I would. You're bluffing. You really think so? Somewhere in your memory is a man called Brigadier Alistair Gordon Lethbridge Stewart. I'm his daughter.
Science leads, Kate. Is that what you meant? Is this what your father meant?
Doctor.
Space-time telegraph, Kate. A gift from me to your father. Hotline straight to the Tardis.
Intercut with interior Tardis.
I know about the Black Archive and I know about the security protocol. Kate, please, please tell me you are not about to do something unbelievably stupid.
I'm sorry, Doctor. Switch it off.
McGillop goes to turn it off.
Not as sorry as you will be. This is not a decision you'll ever be able to live with.
He looks over to the doctor as the TARDIS rocks and shudders.
Kate, we're trying to bring the TARDIS in. Why can't we land?
I said switch it off.
No, Kate, please, just listen to me. The Tower of London, totally TARDIS proof.
How can they do that?
Alien technology plus human stupidity. Trust me, it's unbeatable.
You don't need to land.
Yeah, we do. A little bit. Try and keep up.
No, we don't. We don't. There is another way.
He picks up the stasis cube.
Cup of soup.
The doctor looks over at the 10th doctor and they both smile.
What is cup of soup?
Interior National Gallery, main gallery.
What happened?
Easier to show you.
Kate leads the doctor and Clara from the gallery. A lab-coated scientist makes to follow but stops when his phone rings. Osgood follows.
McGillop?
Intercut with exterior TARDIS. The doctor is standing at the open door of the TARDIS using the phone.
Take a look at your phone and confirm who you're talking to.
McGillop looks at the screen of his phone and sees the ID on the screen.
But that's not possible. I was just...
You were just talking to me. I know, I'm a time traveler. Figure it out. Look, I need you to send the Gallifrey Falls painting to the Black Archive. Understood?
Understood, sir, but why would I take it there?
Interior Tower of London, Black Archive. The countdown goes to 2 minutes and 58 seconds.
One word from you would cancel the countdown. Quite so. It's keyed to your voice print, and mine alone. Not anymore.
The Zygon Kate faces the device.
Cancel the detonation. Countermanded. Cancel the detonation. Countermanded. We only have to agree to live. Sadly, we can only agree to die.
Please, Doctor, please save us. Please save us. Please save us.
The camera zooms in to the painting as it rests on the floor behind Osgood. Exterior Street, Arcadia. Earlier, where it had only been the war doctor, there are now 3 doctors. A Dalek comes up behind them and they turn, aiming their sonics.
Exterminate!
They fire at it and it screams as it rolls backward and through the glass. Interior Tower of London, Black Archive. The Dalek crashes through the glass of the painting, exploding. Exterior Street, Arcadia. The doctors stride through the city following the path of the Dalek. Interior Tower of London, Black Archive. The doctors stride into the Black Archive and up to the table. Clara peers out from the painting.
Hello?
I'm the doctor.
Sorry about the Dalek.
The showing off.
The doctor walks over to the Zygon Kate.
Kate Lethbridge Stewart, what in the name of sanity are you doing?
The countdown can only be halted at my personal command. There's nothing you can do.
Except make you both agree to halt it.
Not even for 3 of you.
You're about to murder millions of people.
To save billions. How many times have you made that calculation?
Once. Turn me into the man I am now. Not even sure who that is anymore.
The 10th Doctor walks over to the head of the table, resting his hands and leaning over.
You tell yourself it's justified, but it's a lie. Because what I did that day was wrong. Just wrong.
The War Doctor looks around and sees the rose. He looks at the other doctors, then back to see only Clara.
And because I got it wrong, I'm going to make you get it right.
The Doctor and the 10th Doctor pull 2 wheeled chairs from either side of the table, sit down, prop their feet on the table, and cross their arms across their chests, all in unison.
How?
Any second now, you're going to stop that countdown. Both of you together.
Then you're going to negotiate the most perfect treaty of all time.
No, safeguards all around, fair on both sides.
I'm a key to perfect negotiation.
Not knowing which side you're on.
They push away from the table and stand.
So for the next few hours until we decide to let you out.
They pull out their sonics from their jacket pockets. The 10th Doctor gives his a toss.
No one in this room will be able to remember if they're human.
Or Zygon.
Whoops-a-daisy.
They leap into the table and use the sonics on the memory filter. The War Doctor adds his to the mix. The filter breaks down and sparks. With the clock down to mere seconds, both Kate give in.
Cancel the detonation!
The clock stops at 5 seconds.
Peace in our time.
Interior Tower of London, Black Archive later. The Kates begin negotiating with the McGillops. The Osgoods stand a bit away from the others, facing each other.
Funny, isn't it? If I'm a Zygon, then my clothes must be Zygon too. So what happens if I lose a shoe or something?
Osgood 2 coughs.
Oh.
Osgood reaches into her pocket and pulls out the inhaler. Osgood 2 looks at Osgood, who puts a finger to her lips. Osgood 2 takes the inhaler and uses it. In another section of the room, Clara walks past ahead of Cyberman and looks at the bulletin board bearing pictures and information of past companions, including Ian, Barbara, Susan, Mike Yates, Sarah Kingdom, Ben, and Polly. Clara looks over and sees the War Doctor sitting in a large wingback chair drinking tea. She walks over, pulls up a chair, and sits across from him.
Hello,
Hello.
I'm Clara. We haven't really met yet.
I look forward to it.
Clara studies him.
Is there a problem?
The doctor, my doctor, he's always talking about the day he did it, the day he wiped out the Time Lords to stop the war.
One would.
You wouldn't, because you haven't done it yet. It's still in your future.
You're very sure of yourself.
He regrets it. I see it in his eyes every day. He'd do anything to change it.
Including saving all these people? How many worlds has he regret to save, do you think? Look over there. Humans and Zygons working together in peace. How did you know?
Your eyes. You're so much younger.
Then, all things considered, it's time I grew up.
Rose has appeared behind Clara.
I've seen all I needed. The moment has come. I'm ready.
I know you are.
Clara turns around but sees no one.
Who's there? Who are you talking to?
When Clara turns back, all she sees is an empty chair. Interior barn shack, moments later. The War Doctor stands in front of the moment, a large red button on top of it. He stares at it, contemplating his actions.
You wanted a big red button. One big bang. No more Time Lords. No more Daleks. Are you sure?
I was sure when I came in here. There is no other way.
You've seen the men you will become.
Those men. Extraordinary.
They were you.
No, they were the Doctor.
You're the Doctor, too.
No, great men are forged in fire. It is the privilege of lesser men to light the flame, whatever the cost.
His hand hesitates over the button.
You know the sound that Tardis makes? That wheezing, groaning? That sound brings hope wherever it goes.
Yes, Yes, I'd like to think it does.
To anyone who hears it, Doctor, anyone, however lost, even you.
2 Tardis materialize at the far end of the barn. The 10th Doctor steps out of his, and the Doctor and Clara step out of the other. They look around the building, taking in their surroundings, as they walk over to the War Doctor and the moment.
I told you, he hasn't done it yet.
Go away now, all of you. This is for me.
He turns his back to them, towards the big red button.
These events should be time-locked. We shouldn't even be here.
So something led us through.
You clever boys.
Go back. Go back to your lives. Go back and be the doctor that I could never be. Make it worthwhile.
His hand hovers over the button.
All those years, burying you in my memory.
Pretending you didn't exist, keeping you a secret, even from myself.
Pretending you weren't the doctor when you were the doctor more than anybody else.
You were the doctor on the day it wasn't possible to get it right.
The Doctor moves to the War Doctor's side.
But this time?
The 10th Doctor stands on the War Doctor's other side and puts his hands on the button as well.
You don't have to do it alone.
He places his hand on top of the 10th's.
Thank you.
What we do today is not out of fear or hatred. It is done because there is no other way.
And it is done in the name of the many lives we are failing to save.
Clara is on the verge of tears. The Doctor looks over at her and she shakes her head.
What? What is it? What?
Nothing.
No, it's something. Tell me.
You told me you wiped out your own people. I just never pictured you doing it. That's all.
Take a closer look.
The inside of the barn shifts, and suddenly they appear to be on the streets of Arcadia.
What's happening?
Nothing. It's a projection.
It's a reality around you.
They watch as families are torn apart. Clara turns to the Doctors.
So the people you're going to burn.
There isn't anything we can do.
He's right. There isn't another way. There never was. Either I destroy my own people or let the universe burn.
Look at you, the 3 of you. The warrior, the hero, and you.
The Doctor walks over to Clara.
And what am I?
Have you really forgotten?
Yes. Maybe yes.
We've got enough warriors. Any old idiot can be a hero.
Then what do I do?
What you always done. Be a doctor. You told me the name you chose was a promise. What was the promise?
People began to come out of hiding after the battle and families are reunited.
Never cruel nor cowardly.
Never give up. Never give in.
The Doctor looks at the other 2, raising his eyebrows, trying to convey a thought.
You're not actually suggesting that we change our own personal history.
We change history all the time. I'm suggesting something far worse.
What exactly?
Gentlemen, I have had 400 years to think about this. I've changed my mind.
He aims his sonic on the moment and it closes.
There's still a billion Daleks up there attacking.
The 10th Doctor and the Doctor pace back and forth.
Yes, there is. There is.
But there's something those billion Daleks don't know.
Because if they did, they'd probably send for reinforcements.
What do they don't know?
This time, there's 3 of us.
Oh, yes. That is good. That is brilliant.
Oh, I'm getting that too. Oh, that is brilliant.
10 jumps up and slaps the TARDIS.
I've been thinking about it for centuries.
She didn't just show me any old future. She showed me exactly the future I needed to see.
Now you're getting it.
Hey, who did?
Oh, that wolf girl. I could kiss you.
Yep, that's going to happen.
I'm sorry, did you say bad wolf?
So what are we doing? What's the plan?
Dalek fleets are surrounding Gallifrey, firing on it constantly.
The Sky Trench is holding, but what if the whole planet just disappeared?
Tiny bit of an ask.
The Daleks will be firing on each other. They destroy themselves in their own crossfire.
Gallifrey would be gone, the Daleks would be destroyed, and it would look like the rest of the universe as they annihilated each other.
Well, where would Gallifrey be?
Frozen. Frozen in an instant of time. Safe and hidden away.
Exactly.
Like a painting.
They smile. Exterior space. The Daleks continue to fire on the planet. Interior map room, Arcadia. The number of Time Lords are monitoring the action around the planet.
Another one.
Are you sure the message is from him?
Oh, yes.
The new message from the doctor reads, Gallifrey stands. Why would he do that? What's the mad fool talking about?
Hello, Gallifrey High Command. This is the Doctor speaking.
Hello, also the Doctor. Can you hear me?
Also the Doctor, standing ready.
Dear God, 3 of them? All of my worst nightmares at once?
General, we have a plan.
Intercut with Interior Tardis.
We should point out at this moment, it is a fairly terrible plan.
And almost certainly won't work.
I was happy with fairly terrible.
Sorry, just thinking out loud.
We're flying our 3 TARDISes into your lower atmosphere.
We're positioned at equidistant intervals around the globe. Equidistant, so grown up.
We're just about ready to do it.
Exterior space, the TARDIS takes position. Ready to what?
We're going to freeze Gallifrey.
I'm sorry, what?
Using our TARDISes, we're going to freeze Gallifrey in a single moment of time.
You know, like those stasis cubes, a single moment in time held in a parallel pocket universe.
Except we're going to do it to a whole planet.
And all the people on it.
What? Even if that were possible, which it isn't, why would you do such a thing?
Because the alternative is burning.
And I've seen that.
And I never want to see it again.
We'd be lost in another universe, frozen in a single moment. We'd have nothing.
You would have hope, and right now that is exactly what you don't have.
It's delusional. The calculations alone would take hundreds of years.
Oh, hundreds and hundreds.
But don't worry. I started a very long time ago.
The Daleks continue to fire on the planet, and another TARDIS appears.
Calling the War Council of Gallifrey, this is the Doctor.
Interior map room, Arcadia. The first Doctor appears on one of the projected screens. A number of TARDIS whirl around the planet.
You might say I've been doing this all my lives.
Interior map room, Arcadia. Various past Doctors appear on projections. Good luck!
Stand by.
Ready?
Commencing calculations.
Soon be there.
Across the boundaries that divide one universe from another.
Just got a lock on his coordinates.
And for my next trick,
I didn't know when I was well off. All 12 of them?
No, sir. All 13.
The eyes of the 12th Doctor appear. He flips a switch. The room rocks as the Daleks pick up the pace.
Sir, the Daleks know that something is happening. They're increasing their firepower.
Do it, Doctor! Just do it! Do it! Interior TARDIS, various TARDIS intercut.
Okay, gentlemen. We're ready. Geronimo!
The Doctor throws a switch.
Allons-y!
10 flips a switch.
Oh, for God's sake. Gallifrey stands!
The War Doctor throws a switch. Exterior space, the TARDIS circles the planet and we briefly see a field form before it explodes. Remnants of Dalek ships scatter from the blast. Interior National Gallery, under Gallery Main. The War Doctor drops a sugar cube into a cup of tea.
I don't suppose we'll ever know if we actually succeeded. But at worst, we failed doing the right thing, as opposed to succeeding and doing the wrong.
Clara is sitting next to him on a bench. The TARDIS are now lined up against the wall.
Life and so you are.
The Doctor and the 10th Doctor are standing in front of the bench looking at the painting of Arcadia. Both have their brainy specs on.
What's it actually called?
Some debate. Either No More or Gallifrey Falls.
Not very encouraging.
How did it get here?
No idea.
The Doctor removes his glasses.
Well, there's always something we don't know, isn't there?
One should certainly hope so. Well, gentlemen.
He rises and stands, walks over to them.
It has been an honor and a privilege.
Likewise.
Doctor.
If I grow up to be half the man that you are.
He turns to Clara.
Clara Oswald, I shall be happy indeed.
The Doctor and the 10th Doctor share a look.
That's right. Aim high.
She chuckles, stands, kisses his cheek.
I won't remember this, will I?
The time streams are out of sync. You can't retain it, no.
So I won't remember that I tried to save Gallifrey. Rather than burn it, I'll have to live with that. But for now, for this moment, I am the Doctor again. Thank you.
He looks at the Tardis.
Which one is mine?
The other two nod towards the one on the right, the one that is the most beat up.
Ha!
The War Doctor enters the Tardis and it dematerializes. Interior War Doctor Tardis. The War Doctor notices a glow around his hand as his regeneration begins.
Ah, yes. Of course. Suppose that makes sense. Wearing a bit thin.
The glow spreads up his neck to his face.
I hope the ears are a bit less conspicuous this time.
The regeneration energy shoots from his hands and heads as the eyes of the 9 shine through. Interior National Gallery, under Gallery Main. Clara sits back down.
I won't remember either, so you might as well tell me.
Tell you what?
Where it is we're going that you don't want to talk about.
I saw Trenzalore, where we're buried. We die in a battle among millions.
That's not how it's supposed to be.
That's how the story ends. Nothing we can do about it. Trenzalore is where you're going.
Well, never say nothing.
He shakes the Doctor's hand.
Anyway, good to know my future is in safe hands. Keep a tight hold on it, Clara.
He sets tea on the bench.
On it.
Clara stands and reaches out her hand. The 10th Doctor takes it, lifts it to his lips, and kisses it. He then heads towards his Tardis.
Trenzalore. I need a new destination because I don't want to go.
He enters the Tardis. Moments later, it dematerializes.
He always says that.
The Doctor walks over and stands in front of the painting.
You need a moment alone with the painting.
How did you know?
Those big sad eyes.
Ah.
Clara walks over to the Doctor, caresses his face, and kisses his cheek.
I always know.
She turns and heads for the TARDIS before looking back.
Oh, by the way, there was an old man looking for you. I think it was the Curator.
Clara ducks inside the TARDIS. Alone, the Doctor sits on the bench and looks at the painting. He sits for a long beat.
I could be a curator. I'd be great at curating. I'd be the great curator. I could retire and do that. I could retire and be the curator of this place.
You know, I really think you might.
The Doctor looks over at the older man, shocked. He stands and walks to look at him face to face. The Curator bears a striking resemblance to the older version of his fourth incarnation.
I never forget a face.
I know you don't. And in years to come, you might find yourself revisiting a few, but just the old favorites, eh?
The Doctor winks at him.
You were curious about this painting, I think. I acquired it in remarkable circumstances. What do you make of the title?
Which title? There's two. No More or Gallifrey Falls.
Oh, you see, that's where everybody's wrong. It's all one title. Gallifrey Falls No More. Now, what do you think that means, eh?
The Gallifrey didn't fall. It worked. It's still out there.
I'm only a humble curator. I'm sure I wouldn't know.
Then where is it?
Where is it indeed? Lost. Shh. Perhaps. Things do get lost, you know. Now you must excuse me. Oh, you have a lot to do.
Do I? Is that what I'm supposed to do now? Go looking for Gallifrey?
Oh, it's entirely up to you. Your choice. I can only tell you what I would do if I were you. Oh, if I were you.
The two chuckle.
Perhaps I was you, of course. Or
The two-
perhaps you are me.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
He shakes the doctor's hand.
Thank you very much.
Or perhaps it doesn't matter either way. Who knows? Who knows?
The curator leaves, and the doctor turns around to look at the painting, a smile on his face. Into your TARDIS, the doctor walks around the TARDIS console.
Clara sometimes asks me if I dream. Of course I dream, I tell her. Everybody dreams. But what do you dream about? She'll ask. Same thing everybody dreams about, I tell her. I dream about where I'm going.
Exterior TARDIS, the doctor steps out of the TARDIS and walks forward, joining a line of his past incarnations. They look up into the sky at Gallifrey.
She always laughs at that. But you're not going anywhere. You're just wandering about. That's not true. Not anymore. I have a new destination. My journey is the same as yours, the same as anyone's. It's taken me so many years, so many lifetimes, but at last, I know where I'm going, where I've always been going. Home. The long way round.
The doctors stand united. Fade out.